Yo, what is going on, gamers? My name is Deluxe, bringing you another Overwatch video today. And today I'm going to be talking about the two newest characters released in Overwatch, Doomfist and Orisa. So I just wanted to talk about like the stats and their abilities and all that stuff. And situations where Doomfist is better and situations where Orisa is better. Also, this is my second video on the Gamers Oasis channel. Be sure to subscribe to us. Our content is only going to be getting better and better from this point on. Also, be sure to turn on our post notifications. We're going to be uploading a lot of great content in the future, and you definitely don't want to miss out on that. So yeah, let's get right into the video. So first, we're talking about Orisa, which is the new tank that was just released into the game. Orisa's main weapon, the Fusion Driver, does 11 damage at 12 rounds per second. This travels at 66 meters per second, which is a pretty decent time. This also has 150 ammo, which is a really good amount. And lastly, this has a 2.5 second reload time, so it makes it not the best weapon, but it's still pretty good and it'll still fight off enemies really well. Next, we're going to talk about Doomfist's main weapon, the hand cannon. So the hand cannon is like a shotgun weapon. It goes off in pellets, and this does 11 damage per pellet, making 66 damage total. The rate of fire is 3, and there's 4 ammo, so you're going through your ammo pretty quick. The biggest downside about this hand cannon or Doomfist main weapon is its reload time. So the reload time is 0.75 seconds, but this is per bullet, so per set of pellets. That makes a complete reload time of 3 seconds. So that's just too much time, honestly, to be reloading your gun. If you're in the middle of a fight, you're not going to be able to reload that whole thing. So pretty much based on that is why I believe Orisa has a better weapon, just because of that reload time. And Orisa's weapon is just a lot more well-rounded. So yeah, next we're going to talk about each of their abilities. Orisa's first ability is the Halt ability. What this does is it releases a little ball, and then when activated, all of the enemies that are around that ball get sucked into it. This ability can be pretty useful when combined with maybe a D.Va ultimate or a Hanzo ultimate. But overall, it's not really the most useful ability in my opinion. There's a time and place for everything, and there's obviously a time where it can be helpful, but it's not going to be helpful all the time. Her first ability just really isn't as good compared to Doomfist's first ability, the Slam. Doomfist's Slam does anywhere from 10 to 125 damage, depending on the time that you spend in the air during the Slam. This ability is usually comboed with the Uppercut ability, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Overall, the Slam ability is just a lot better than the Halt ability in my opinion. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to talk about Doomfist's first ability, the Slam. It's pretty plain and simple, not too complicated. Next, we're going to move on to Orisa's Fortify ability. Orisa's Fortify ability ultimately reduces the damage that she takes into 50%. This ability can be really helpful in certain scenarios. The most common scenario where this could be helpful is if you're contesting an objective and you need to buy some time for your team to get in there and help contest. So you use this ability, you take 50% of the damage less, so it's double the time for you to get killed. So that's probably like the biggest situation where this could definitely help. Overall, it's a pretty good ability that when used in the right times can be extremely helpful. A lot more useful than the Halt ability, but every ability can't be as good as the other. There's going to be more abilities that are better than others. So yeah, that's pretty much it about Orisa's Fortify ability. Next, we're going to talk about Doomfist's second ability, the Rising Uppercut. Doomfist's Uppercut ability is most often combined, as I said earlier, with a Slam. The Uppercut itself does 50 damage total. When you combine this with a Slam, this can do up to 175 damage total depending on how good your Slam is. If you want to be really effective with Doomfist, you definitely have to know how to combine those abilities well. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to say about the Uppercut. Next, we're going to talk about Orisa's Protective Barrier, or her shield. Orisa's Protective Barrier is a shield that shoots out almost like a projectile, so it goes pretty far in front of you. This shield has 900 health, and it has a maximum duration of 20 seconds. The shield is really good because it goes out in front of you, so you don't have to be right there to put out a shield in front of your teammates. So unlike Reinhardt, instead of having to be in front of your teammates to protect them, you can shoot that shield out there before you get in front of them. This will help you get that shield out there a little earlier. Next, we're going to talk about Doomfist's third ability, the Rocket Punch. The Rocket Punch ability is basically Doomfist charged up his fist and then he lunges forward at the enemy. This does anywhere from 49 to 100 damage depending on the charge, and also it can do up to 150 damage if the charge is max and you hit a wall. This charge has a maximum range of 23 meters, so you can get pretty far out there. And it only has a casting time of 1 second, so you don't have to charge up that ability for too long. This is a pretty useful ability if it's used right. So yeah, that wraps it up with Doomfist abilities, and we're going to talk about each of their ultimates next. Orisa's ultimate ability is the Supercharger. So what this does is it gives all enemies in a 25 meter radius 200 health and a 50% damage boost. This has a total duration of 15 seconds, so that's a pretty long time for a 50% damage boost. This can be pretty helpful when trying to gain a point or trying to fight off the enemy team from contesting your point, maybe in a really clutch overtime situation. It's just like really helpful. This can really steer your team in the right direction to win. When used at the right time, this can be a really helpful ultimate. It gives your whole team a 50% damage boost. That's going to help all of them. And especially if they have their ultimates too. When the 50% damage boost is combined with them, it can be really overpowered. So yeah, that wraps it up with Orisa's ultimate. Next we're going to talk about Doomfist's ultimate, the Meteor Strike. The Meteor Strike has a 7-meter radius, and this does anywhere from 0 to 300 damage. The complete center of this strike, where Doomfist's fists actually go down, does 300 damage. Because of the radius of this ultimate, this can definitely be helpful. You can get at least a few enemies in this ultimate. Also, Doomfist is completely invincible when he's in the middle of this ultimate, so he can't be killed in the air when he's about to use it. Even though Doomfist's ultimate is really powerful, I still think Orisa's a little better. And that's just my opinion because, you know, the 50% damage boost, they get 200 health. This can really be helpful when used in the right time. So it's kind of hard to say which character is better. They both have their strengths and weaknesses. If you put a really experienced Doomfist player and a really experienced Orisa player, I'm sure it'd be a really close matchup. I'm not really experienced with either one of them too much. I played them obviously a little bit. They're new characters. You want to try something new when they come out. I was thinking of getting someone from the squad and doing a 1v1 for a video, have one person play Doomfist, one person play Orisa, and then switch. So who knows, maybe if we did that video, one hero would come out on top every time. Maybe it would be pretty even. So yeah, if you guys want to see that video, be sure to leave a comment. I can definitely see us making that video in the future. So yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for this video. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to drop a like. Comment down below which hero you like to play more, Doomfist or Orisa. Also, be sure to leave any feedback in the comments if you have any. We appreciate all the support you guys give us. Also, if you guys like the Overwatch content of recently, be sure to let us know. I'm Deluxe, you're watching Gamers Oasis, and we are out. Peace.